Hey there fellow Factorians, Owners here with another episode of My First Megabase. Okay, last episode we got this train depot arrangement started. Not really a depot now, it kind of just ended up being a parking lot, and then we were feeding the trains via bots, but hey, all worked out well. Off camera I connected up our iron, so we now have 4 lanes of iron heading all the way down the bus. Really quick flyby there. As you can see, I've set it up here so that we have input priority from these stacks, which is really just to use up use up the iron ore that we've got. So we're mining iron ore here, so we might as well just keep feeding these guys for eternity, and that way we, as you can see, this train's just sitting here. It's got 1,000 in it, and we're using up, you can see these 2 lanes which are feeding the same lanes as the ones down the bus, but thankfully because of our balancer here, all 4 lanes are going equally. Alright, with that in mind, it's time, well, let's just have a quick look at the base, and the struggle for copper has begun. It's just all feeding into green circuits at the moment, which we're using all the green circuits, so we need that copper going in. So that is kind of our next step. However, power at the moment is looking fine, but it's going to really die quickly if we do too many more of these kind of arrangements that are actually working. So if we do that for copper, we're really going to start chewing the power. Of course, luckily we have our nuclear power ready to go. Okay, so nuclear power, to really get it going, we want to do Kovarex. So what Kovarex does, as you can see here, is you put in 40 uranium-235 and 5-238, and you get 41-235, and it consumes 3, so you only get out 2-238. So this is used to create infinite 235. Well, we say infinite, but hey. So in here we have almost 160, so that could do 4 Kovarex machines. Now, we need to figure out a way to actually do this smartly. So what I want to do is, I want to have a input line here that has 1/2 of 235 and 1/2 of 238, and then they want to draw them off the belt and place them back onto the belt, and then it goes around and they want to pick it up again, and we only want to feed extras into the belt if the outcoming here is not all used up. So if we were picking up off this side and feeding the new stuff in here and outputting here, we would pick it up, there'd be gaps, it would go around, you could output. I think this is going to work. Let's just play around. I haven't really done too much of this. This is my first real go at setting up a nuclear sort of setup. So what we are going to do is, let's have the inside as 235. Simple as that. All right. So we want to, we're going to need a stack inserter to go in here, and then we want to output over here. Now, we want to output, let's just get rid of that from here. We want to output the, we don't want to output our 235 onto the outside. We want to output that onto the inside. Yeah, okay, can we just handcraft some of these? We sure can. I'm just going to do that until we run out of green circuits. There we go, alright. So we got 11 of them, okay. But they need to go on the inside. How can we get them on the inside? We could do something crazy like, now I'm struggling a little bit here. We could do something crazy like that. That would work. wouldn't it? Yeah. Alright, so if we have our 235 going out there, 235, and then our 238, put it there. That is going to work. Now. Down the track, we want to beacon the hell out of this, and I don't think that's going to work for a beacon arrangement because you need the beacons to be here. Let's have a look at what our... Do we have beacons? Oh, we've already researched them. Excellent. So we could then pop a ghost. Yes, that's what I thought. If we have it here, it won't actually reach. So we need to... We can only have this one line. So what we want to do is do this. Yes. And then we can have another one like that. And then this outputs again like that. Okay. So that will get them on the correct side. And then we need to power that. So let's do that. There. Doesn't power everything, but we could make it power everything, couldn't we? If we just went there and there. Great. Alright. So is that repeatable? If we pop another one here, well, the power poles will connect and everything's powered up. Sure thing. So there is the 4 that we can currently manage. And we will bring that across for now. And so what I want to do then is this needs to feed back in. So essentially we just have this loop going around and round. Now the issue here is this only works when we have the right amount of 235. So we want to be able to put 235 on the bus, and we also want to be able to add additional 238 because we use 3238 up every time. Now if we're picking 238 off the bus, so the reason why we have to make sure we set this up correctly, because okay, we're picking 238 off this side of the bus, which leaves a gap in the belt. So as it goes around, if we were to feed it in at the top, it would fill that gap, and then it would come down this side, and these would be unable to output. So that means we need the 238 to be coming along the bottom. Yeah, easy. Alright. And we can just jump in and do that. And then that will just continually fill up any gaps in the 238, which should allow these guys to output. What I'm actually going to do is put an inserter there so it's a little bit slower. Because I don't want this whole thing just outputting as much as it wants. I'm just a little concerned that will kill us. Alright. So this now, can we jump right across here? Sure. It would have been nice if this was pointing out this way, but well, why don't we just do that? There's not a whole lot of 238 in there, so output priority right will be 235. Okay, and then we just do the same thing we did over there. There we go. And now let's grab the contents of that box and pop it in there. Alright, so that... There we go, that gets rid of this weird ass arrangement. Excellent, alright. So we want another output. Let's hook this up first. And if that box ever fills up, then it doesn't really matter, does it? Alright. So let's just put a stack there for now. Alright, so this is going to come across here and then just go onto the outside like that. Nope, we wanted that on the inside, didn't we? Bugger. Alright, that's okay. Let's fix this up, shall we? Maybe I do want... Oh, let's go with that. Let's put that on the outside. Alright. So what we just need to do is swap over these things. Alright, so let's put that there and that there. Oops. And then our filtered stack inserter there. Alright. And then that there. Wonderful. So you go there, and let's just use the copy function to get the settings on that one. Alright, so now, yeah, that's right. So actually that would have worked anyway, because this 238 would have gone on the inside. I was so I confused myself. Alright, well, let's get rid of these guys. Not necessarily that one, but hey. And then copy all that up to there. There we go. Alright, so now we have it all set up. And once we get more, we can just extend it upwards and downwards. Can't really extend it downwards particularly easily, can we? So let's make it so we can. Okay, let's make a bit of space here, like so. And you're straight on like that. Yep, I'm happy with that. Alright, let's pop that there. And now that is doing nothing. Okay, so now, what if we hook that up? What happens? Nothing, because we have no... Well, we have no recipe for one. Kovarex, please. And we also have no 238 coming in. Alright, so... we want to maintain this buffer. Like so. Alright. There we go. Let's make that go that way, and let's make that go the right way. So there is our 238 coming in. Alright, you've got a whole stack. And now we'll see it working. And yes, this is super slow, so that's why we need just a buttload of them. But what I'm hoping is once these actually start working, they will start outputting more of the good stuff. Alright, just quick turret check. It's just ingrained in me after our start. I should. There is actually commands where you can turn off alerts for turrets engaged with enemies, which would be nice. Alright, so this is going to keep putting in until this inside belt is full. And once it's full, yeah, I'm pretty happy that when this takes off some 238, leaves the gap that these outputs can then fill. Yeah. Alright, so let's just see what happens. This outputs it. And then picks it back up. Okay, so now the next question is, how do we get it off here when this is all filled up? Do we need some kind of buffer for the 235? A little buffer chest? Why are none of these other ones working now? Because they've spread out the 235. Alright, well that's not great. I should have just started with a couple. Let's help this process along, shall we? There you go. You're going, and then you're going to go earlier. Alright, so this guy should get enough to re-go. And this guy's not going to get enough to go again. So let's just hand feed it for a little bit and see what happens. Okay, when this guy outputs another 40, this guy's only going to pick up 16, and the rest should go to this guy. And I guess the issue is sometimes it's not picking up enough. Why don't we put that one there? And then we could have 2 inputs on each of these, just to make sure that this one picks up everything it needs to and doesn't go to the other ones. Okay, let's see what happens there. Just play the waiting game. Alright, so you shouldn't pick up everything. You're outputting until you get 80. A couple go through, there we go. And then the rest go up here, and a few got through. How did they get through? It's only a couple this time, and at least this one actually got started. So this time, this one has 80. If it picks up 80, it should be alright. Alright, so these ones have also, they've managed to output all their ones. There's still some gaps here that will fill. I'm pretty confident that that's going to work. And we just cut it here, and then we extend it. Now the question is, how do we know that it's full? I think it's full if this up here has a constant stream of 2, 3, 5. It's going to need a bit of thinking. How do we know if it's full? How did 1 not get through there? Why have you got 81? You should only... Oh, the stacking service. Yep. Alright, well that's okay. We'll just keep ticking along now, and eventually it will start to work how we want it. So we can just leave that running, and while that's running, we can think about how the hell are we going to get the 238 off. The 235 off. So any 235 that goes past all these guys can probably be pulled off. Okay, there we go. There's a thought. All right, let's try and set something up here where we can grab some 235 with just a fast inserter. Well, obviously we need a stack inserter, a filter inserter. That was ridiculous of me. So let's say 235. Do I want to extend this? I probably do want to extend this one more, so let's do that. Alright, let's grab that arrangement. Like so, and I probably should have just grabbed the belts as well. Alright, so this is as high as we want to go. And now can I get rid of my 238? Sure can. Alright. You've got all the 238 you'll ever need. But that is going to... Whoa, man, that is a risky thing to do, actually. I'm going to pull the 238 out of there. Because we don't want it... I don't want to add 238 into the system and then they get backed up. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll head over here and we'll drop the 238 over here. And I feel like I'm living on the knife's edge with this system. Oh, that one's way more full, so we'll drop it all in there. Alright. So, this one's always feeding off that side as well, which is why that was unbalanced. So, let's do a little bit of a balancer, shall we? How are we going to do that? Okay, so I see a lot of... This is an interesting thing, because I see a lot of people do this. Well, let's just do that. So this is like the classic single lane balancer. But it doesn't actually balance that particularly well. Like you see, this lane is still the only one that's using it. All it's done is transferred it over to this lane. So this is actually not a proper single lane balancer if you have one side that's being used more than another. You can see here it's only taking from this side. All it's done is swap the sides that it's taking. So I recently did a little bit of research into this, and what you need to do is using some lovely undergrounds. So an underground will cut it. Anything that hits this side will be stopped by the top bit, and it only takes one lane. And then here we have 2 lanes on the same side, and at this point we can just do this. And now we should see, if I've got it correctly, we should see it take from both lanes here. Let's wait until some 235 gets used. Maybe I can grab a little bit off the bus just to demonstrate. And here we can see, and I've got to take it way further up here. Alright, quickly run down and have a look. And there we go, yes, we are using both sides of the bus. Wonderful. Drop that back in, and I'm happy with that. Oh, there's a little nugget of 235 adding to the pile. Okay, so let's jump back on what we were trying to do up here. So what I want to do is have a filter inserter that's taking off the 235, and let's put it in a box. So you're taking off excess 235. So if anything, if this one outputs though, Alright, now it's getting tricky. Well, no, sorry, this one outputs there, it comes all the way back around. So anything that goes past, let's just add another inserter to that one, just to make sure it doesn't let anything past. That can be used. Do we need to add 3? Surely we don't need to add 3 stack inserters to everything. No, definitely not. Alright. We'll see what happens with this one. So, what we can do is have this feed into an output with a stack inserter. No, let's just go a regular inserter, because this is only ever going to... Now that needs to be a filtered stack inserter, doesn't it? Just to make sure we grab what we can. So the output of here, this will go to our fuel processing. But we also want anything that can go... We want to be able to send stuff back in here, if it can go in there. Now, what can we do for that? And still get it going out. Could do something crazy. Like that. And then if there's somewhere for it to place, it would go back in. Oh, look, that is so crazy. I love it. I love it, honestly. And I'm going to do it on the other side. I really don't know if this is going to work. Because what we're going to do is we are going to do this. And then we're going to output any 235 that comes down here that can pop back down here. Is that going to stuff up because we have this picking it up straight away and that putting it down? Probably. The thing we want to avoid is this taking too much 235 off the bus and we actually stop the process. But I mean, it looks like so far we're doing all right. I reckon we're starting to build it up. and it is slowly building. So this one's still getting a full one. This one's still working a lot of the time, but then this one it will stop until this goes all the way around, and then we'll get it all back in here. Yep. And now this time it has 16 in it. So I'm not sure why that one keeps getting some more. Maybe if these two output at the same time is when it really struggles. But this one should keep going until this one has the full 41 in it. And then it will start letting some through. So this one, let's see if it gets above 82 again. Yeah, I think those stack inserters are really killing it, aren't they? What if I had a circuit condition attached to a... I don't think we can't take from there, can we? Look, let's just keep this running and see what I mean. Once that gets to 100 or 99, I can't put any more in, can it? That one's still getting some, I don't know. I just don't know. Alright, well let's roll with this for now. And we'll come back after we fix up some copper and whatnot, and think about how that is actually going to all work. And we definitely don't want this to fill up either. So we've got 25,000 of that, and obviously no 235 remaining here. So if this fills up, this will back up. We'll keep using it from the straight air. We'll see what happens. With a whole heap of 235 that 238 that we can probably use for something else. Maybe we'll make some uranium ammo. I haven't researched it. Because we're also going to be creating nuclear fuel reprocessing, which turns a used uranium fuel cell into 238. So if you look at this arrangement creates one uranium 235 and uses 3 238. One uranium fuel cell, one uranium 235 creates 10 fuel cells, and then those 10 fuel cells create 6 238. So we're still making a surplus of 238 if we do that, which is okay. As long as these guys keep running and keep building up, I'm pretty happy. There we go, so this one's went back down to 80, so I guess once it gets up to 85, then the stack inserters will, because they've got a capacity of 6, once it gets up to 186, I guess these will struggle, although they're dropping it off in stacks of 6. 1, 2, it's hard to really see. I'm sure it'll even itself out. I'm sure. What could possibly go wrong? Alright. I'm happy with that. I think this arrangement is going to work, and only time will tell. I would really love to hear your comments below if I have totally stuffed this one up big time. It's pretty much the end of the episode. One thing I want to do though, hope you stop. Thank you. Alright, one thing I want to do is head back down here and start making artillery cannons and artillery shells. I really want to do that on camera, and I really want to do that this episode. and we've stuffed around a lot with the Kovarex because it is relatively tricky. Trying to make it self-sustaining, which is the key. Well, the whole point of Kovarex is to be self-sustaining. And we did research artillery last episode, so it'd be good to get that set up. So let's see what we need to make a artillery cannon. Artillery turret is steel, gear, red circuits, and concrete. Oh man. Alright. So this is our concrete doohickey. Yep. I'm going to make that a requester chest. And we are going to request 100 iron ore. And I'll set up some box with iron ore somewhere later. But most importantly, we have concrete here, so we've got access to everything here. Yeah, we do. I think you need to go somewhere else though. Probably like that. I don't know, something like that. So this is going to make artillery cannons. And we're definitely going to output into a nice box. And you are going to say, make me 5 artillery cannons. Where are you? Artillery turrets, less than 5. Alright. So you need concrete. Oh dear. Alright, what can we do? We could make that box elsewhere. This is a little bit outside the norm. Let's connect you. No, we don't need to connect you. You're connected to the logistics network. Yep, okay, good. Alright, so long-handled there. So you've got concrete, of which you need a bucket load. You need red circuits, which we don't actually have here at the moment because of reasons. And let's pop you there. Alright. You need red circuits, which we have none of. Iron, gear wheels, and steel plate. So we can get those from here and here, respectively. Alright, so we're going to use up a lot of this. We're going to heap it there. That's good. Alright, so let's get those starting to build. So then next episode we can start placing them. But of course, they also need ammo. So let's run up here, avoiding our backed up red circuits. What? Crazy, alright. Oops. The bots repair it like nothing happened. So, over here, somewhere we have explosives and cannon shells, don't we? Yeah. Explosives and cannon shells. So let's get rid of these guys. Alright. Why am I not auto-trashing turrets? There we go, okay. So there's explosives and cannon shells. Explosive... explosive cannon shells and explosives. So I think that is actually what we need to make artillery shells. Explosive cannon shells, explosives, and radars. Interesting. Alright. What do these take? 15 seconds. Oh boy. We're going to need a bucket load of these. But for now, I am just going to do something like this. Do these only ever go on that one side? They do. Alright, that is wonderful. So we can feed that like that. And we're pretty much set up. To make these. All we need is some requester chests. Time to get real with requester chests, isn't it? I think it is. Yep, that is exactly how we're gonna. Alright. So these guys take those in and grab from these requester chests, who are going to say each of these needs what, 1 radar every 15 seconds, So let's throw 5 in here. We don't even need that. We could just throw 1 in here, but I'm going to say 2. Let's grab 2 radars, please. And you grab 2 radars as well. And then that is it. Alright, let's copy that. Which isn't going to be exactly right. And some lights, of course. Alright, are you guys got the same request? Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with that. So let's expand this. 246. That's not quite 1 every 2 seconds. It's pretty slow. Wouldn't mind getting a whole stack of these. Because the explosives are coming through really slowly, but that's fine. And also, why are we not using these? Okay, we have our first ones there. So let's pop these in a box. And there we go. Now these, that's right. These only stack, well, they don't stack at all. So that's 10, 4, that's 48. That is nowhere near enough. So we'll want a few boxes of these. Let's go. That's roughly 200, but not 200. Let's add a couple more. Alright. So now we'll have a nice stack of cannon shells available. Do I like how this is set up? Because we might end up with a few lying on the bus there. That's fine. Okay. Cannon shells sorted. We better upgrade all these guys. We can't upgrade those, unfortunately. And finally, I am going to fix up some glaring issues we've got here. This is always going to have 100 grenades in it. And that is going to be that. So that we still have some cannon shells. We want to take the tank out. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's grab those. And then let's just have 200 in our inventory. Okay, beautiful. Well, with that, I think we are pretty sorted. I'm moderately happy with this Kovarex arrangement. It's just going to keep going for quite some time. We're up to 32 bonus on that one. And yeah, this will just keep going. Eventually, all these will be operating and we'll start filling up the bus with 2, 3, 5. And once that happens, I will start working on some fuel cells here. And then we can do nuclear power. I think we were planning on doing nuclear power down here, so we can just bring the water across. But next episode we will have artillery cannons, and we're going to set those up straight away because I love them, and they will make short work of these little expansions that start creeping up like within spitting distance of our walls. And to do that, we'll also set up a building train, so that's a wall repair train. So that's going to be awesome fun, and I look forward to it. So we'll see you all next time. As always, any thoughts, ideas, tips, how I can fix that Kovarex would be much appreciated in the comments below.